It's time for CBS Sports now on CBSN. The first week of the preseason NFL began Thursday night, but the league's biggest news came on Friday off the field. Dallas Cowboys running back Ezekiel Elliott has been suspended for 6 games. He's the first player disciplined under the NFL's new domestic violence policy. Now, joining me to talk about all this, Bill Reiter, CBS Sports columnist and host of Reiter Then You. So, Bill, what is your reaction to the NFL coming out with this decision? There's been no legal action taken against Elliott.
No, and there won't be. The prosecutor in Ohio declined to press charges for this allegation involving a young woman who described herself as Elliott's ex-girlfriend. My reaction is this is a huge punishment. 6 games is a lot. Ezekiel Elliott is one of the faces of America's team, and it shows that Roger Goodell is going to be serious, at least now, about trying to clamp down on what they view as domestic violence or allegations of domestic violence. And I think he was painted into a corner here. They suspended Tom Brady, the greatest QB of all time, for 4 games for something that was off the field.
For potentially deflating footballs.
Right. Yeah. I mean, something that affects the game, but
yeah.
it's not really serious. These allegations, true or otherwise, the allegations are very serious, and Goodell, I think, was painted into a corner to respond accordingly.
Okay, but Elliott was the league's leading rusher last season. What does this mean for the Cowboys?
It's not good. Dak Prescott is going to be a second-year quarterback. There are sophomore slumps. The only good news is part of the reason Ezekiel Elliott was so dynamic is that offensive line was incredibly dynamic. So they should be able to be pretty good and pretty vibrant as an offense. But when you lose a guy this important and this talented for 6 of your 16 games, there's no positive way to spin it. It's going to be a problem.
It's going to be significant. All right, let's move on to preseason quarterback controversy. Chicago Bears head coach John Fox insists veteran Mike Glennon, he is the guy. He's the quarterback. But Thursday night top pick Mitchell Trubisky vastly outperforms Glennon. So what do you make of the QB drama in Chicago, and what's best for the Bears moving forward?
What's best for the Bears is probably to get to Mitchell Trubisky sooner rather than later. Mike Glennon's first ever moment, preseason game, was a pick 6. He had a botched snap. He looked every bit like a backup, if we're being kind. And Trubisky, the young guy they traded up to get with the number 2 overall pick, to everybody's surprise, including my own, he looked really good and really dynamic. Now, it's a preseason game. You're not playing the same level of competition, but it certainly looks like the Bears' quarterback of the future needs to be the quarterback of the present pretty quickly.
Yeah, and I know there's some controversy in Cleveland over QBs too, but I want to shift to our home team, the Los Angeles Dodgers, in baseball. They just hit the 81 win mark. They're on pace for 115 wins, 1 shy of the MLB record. So do the Dodgers have what it takes to break it? Is it too early to crown them World Series champs?
I don't think it is too early to crown them World Series champions. They're so dynamic. They added Yu Darvish in a trade at the deadline. He had like 10 strikeouts last night. I mean, they are loaded. Clayton Kershaw's the best pitcher of his era, maybe the best pitcher of all time. That young offense has been really dynamic. There's a reason they're on pace for 115 wins. Wouldn't be shocked if they get there. I'm not going to crown them